What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mixed by Cap coming back to you again with another installment of Into the Cap Cave. I'm super excited about today's video. I'm going to do my first review video. I've never done one of these on the channel, but I want to start bringing stuff and products to things that I currently use in my everyday workflow and just, cool things I see on the market that I think can help the engineer community at large. Today's review is no exception to that. Today we're going to talk about the Avantone Gauss 7s that I purchased about 3-4 months ago. I want to just talk about this product because I found that there's not a lot of videos about this product still, and it's such a great product that I had to talk about it. This video is not sponsored by Avantone. I just really love these monitors and wanted to share my thoughts, what I like, what the pros and the cons are of these monitors, as well as just share another product with you guys so you guys know that there's another option in the prosumer market. And I don't even consider these prosumer monitors. They're very much a professional monitor, and I'll get into the reasons why I think that. So first of all, thank you guys for hopping to my YouTube channel. I don't take any of you for granted. I started the channel about 2 years ago, started during the pandemic, and I just really was trying to find a space to, obviously find things to do, but, find a way to reach out to the engineer community, other creators out there like myself, and discuss things that I like. Discuss products, discuss mixes, share my experiences as an audio sonic creator by showing my adventures and my trips to different places, on showing the different studios around Atlanta and all over the all over the states, and more importantly, create a community with you guys and being able to share my thoughts on products, all things audio, and just overall, things that I love to talk about, in the products I'm using on a daily. So if you like how any of that sounds, be sure to subscribe down below and be sure to, reach out to your boy. I really love this community that we have starting to build here, and I would love for you to be a part. Shout out to everybody who has reached out in the comments, asking me about these speakers, and let me know, they were interested about these. Like I said, there's not a lot of videos about these speakers. The only videos that I have found was the original release video, when they released the product at NAMM last year. And also, I only seen the video with Streaky Mastering, used them in a video example, and that's pretty much been it. And the other videos are a bunch of videos that weren't in English. So I wanted to, bring this to the space and, help everybody out who was interested in these monitors. So let's get into it. The Gauss company name comes from JBL had some ex-engineers, to start their own company, which seems to be a common theme with JBL because the Cali audio speakers are also ex-JBL engineers who want to put a speaker into, their into the prosumer space. But that's another conversation for another day. But they wanted to create a monitor to just to compete with obviously what JBL was offering at the time. Ultimately, though, the company was actually bought out by EV, which is Electro Voice, and Alltech. And after that happened, now Electro Voice ended up becoming a bigger company and becoming the bigger name. So this new model with the Gauss 7s actually has nothing to do with those old monitors. I think Avantone just happened to own the name and the property of that, and decided to use it, when they were coming up with this next line of monitors. All right, so let's get into some facts about the Avantone Gauss 7s. So first thing, the Avantone Gauss 7s have a frequency response from 30 hertz to about 22 kilohertz. Obviously how much you can hear. Everybody's hearing is different, but I can hear the low end on 808s really well on these. And what I'm saying? And of course the top end is not harsh. So you hear it, there's crispy but not too crisp to the point that you get ear fatigue from it. It really is very clear in how the that 22 kilohertz really shines in the top end. The mid-range focus. The mid-range focus on these speakers are very much in your face. Like, when you hear vocals and stuff, a lot of times when I listen to songs, whatever is in the mid-range kind of jumps forward at you. For me, I personally, that's one of the things about the monitors I like. That may not be for everybody though. People might not like that, but I think that the mid-forward focus, I think that's a cool thing that I heard, initially when I first started listening to these, and it was something to get used to. Every pair of monitors have their own characteristics and things, that you're gonna have to get used to when you deal with their features and characteristics. So for me, I and personally enjoy that part of it. You know what I'm saying? And you may not, but just be aware that the mid-range will jump at you. So don't be alarmed that when you first hear them, when you hear records that you know. Another thing about these speakers that that's a very cool feature, I think is the standby mode. The only other monitors I've seen that had this, a lot of high-end monitors have this Focal. Their Alpha series is very infamous for having the standby feature, as well as the Barefoots. The Barefoots also have this standby feature where the light will turn to red to let you know, hey, I'm not on, but as soon as you hit spacebar and any sound comes through them, you'll see the light turn to blue. And to me, I think that's very crucial. Also, just the indicator light period for power. One of the downsides of the Atom T7Vs I had, that with the fact there was an indicator light, but it was on the back of the monitor, and I think that was it's a pet peeve kind of thing. And I wasn't too broken up about it as far as it being a deal breaker, because obviously I don't buy the speakers for aesthetics, but you buy it for the sound. At times it was, sometimes you forget if the monitor is on because the indicator light was located in the back and not the front. But on the Gauss 7s, they're right in the front. It's a nice bright, it's a light, bright little LED indicator. When it's not on, it's red, and when it's working, it's blue. I enjoy that. I think that's a great feature, and I think a lot of monitors should have this as a feature because sometimes I don't necessarily always get to turn off my speakers all the time. Sometimes I leave them on. I turn them off every now and again with my power conditioner, but sometimes I don't turn it off. But knowing the fact that it's on standby mode and not really being powered, to me, positive thing. Another fact about the Gauss 7s is that they're great at high volumes. You could really push these things, before they kind of gets a little crunchy and distorted. And I mean, I've never pushed it that loud, but I've pushed things really, really hard just to see how, what the SPL levels are and see how much can I push these monitors. I don't mix loud in the first place. I mix very quiet. What I'm saying? But when you want to check things, just to hear what it, we always say, play it like we in the club one time. These do a pack of powerful punch. A lot of times on monitors of this size with just a 7-inch cone, a lot of times you can't push them too far before the speaker starts screaming at you. With these, I've never seen them do that. Like I said, they pack a powerful punch for such a small size form factor. So let's get into some of the pros I have about these Avantone Gauss 7s. First thing, the tight and punchy low end. Very much something I look for in mixing monitors and having near-field monitors that really give me good detail, when it comes to my kicks, when it comes to my 808s, and when it comes to just mixing bass. The biggest thing is being able to hear the information as clear as possible, but not too muddy, and being able to hear things as clear as possible. And with this Gauss 7s, you get that. You get the tight and punchy low end. Like I said, your kicks are clear. Your so you can hear the punchiness of the kick, but you can also hear the bottom end of the kick real clear. The transient response. These things sing when it comes to transient response. Even the smallest waveform, it hears it. The clarity and the detail of how the transient responds through these Gauss 7s is truly remarkable for a 7-inch woofer. Like I said, the mid-range focus literally allows for you to hear a lot of things. Like I said, in that AMT technology that's in the speaker within the tweeter and the woofer, to me is the selling point of this monitor. And if you're looking for something that's mid-range focus and is gonna push the mids forward a little bit for you to be able to hear, certain things in a mix while you're mixing, trying to really dial things in, I think that part of it shines the best. Number 2, the stereo imaging. I love the stereo imaging on these, especially when I'm doing a lot of panning. I really do a lot of panning in my mixes, a lot of movement around, and I'm able to hear everything at such a wide soundstage, and you don't really get that a lot, in a lot of studio monitors. What I'm saying? The sweet spot on these it's just a wide range sweet spot that, like I said, I don't have to just sit in my center position. I can kind of move around a little bit. Like I said, it really allows the vocals and stuff to kind of sit right here. I feel like the vocals always sitting in front, so you can really dial the information in for that. A lot of times when I'm dialing in my vocals, when I'm EQing the vocals and doing a lot of subtractive EQing, I'm able to hear the information that I don't want immediately. It's not like I have to really I don't have to fight to dial things in because of how the stereo imaging of these come across. Like I said, such a transparent monitor. It's something that I highly recommend for anybody to, have as a quality in a mixing near field monitor. And lastly, the price. Now, when I purchased my Gauss 7s 4 months ago, they were listed around $7.99 retail. Right now, they are listed at $5.98. And for what you're getting for the value of these monitors, that is a steal, people. So y'all need to, for those of you who are looking to upgrade to, a better, more detailed monitor choice, I would say go for it. Pull the trigger on them now because, like I said, I think they're on sale right now for $5.98. I don't know how long they're gonna stay like that, but currently they're still at that price point. That's a steal for these monitors. So probably you're looking out the door with taxes, probably around like $650 or so. Like I said, that's a great price for these monitors. You can't go wrong there. Okay, so a couple of my cons for these monitors. Even though this was my pros, it also goes in my cons because everybody might not like this feature about them. The push forward mid-range. I don't know if everybody's gonna love that. For me, that's what I needed for me and my mixes, and what I needed for me to be able to get the details and get my mixes to where I need to get to. But that may not be for you. That may not be what you are looking for in a monitor. So be mindful of that. So my second con would be the standby mode. That standby mode, as dope as it is, sometimes it's a little annoying because a lot of times I switch back and forth between my monitors. I have the Calis, on one output, and I have my Avantone mix cube. And when you're bouncing between speaker sources, a lot of times as soon as you bounce away, like I said, a couple minutes go by and those speakers go to sleep. And you have to, say it comes back on fairly quickly, but that could be annoying to anyone. That the speakers keep turning themselves off while you're not using them, even though you're in actively mixing. So that part of it, that could be something that would annoy people. Like I said, I know it annoys me sometimes when it pops on. So just be mindful of that when you're purchasing these. My third con is I do wish that these also were front ported. I realize that I enjoy a front ported monitor. Obviously I'm mixing at my setup at home, even though my room is well treated, with sound treatment padding, and bass traps and all that good stuff. Having that bass hit you up front allows you to dial in bass a little more accurately, because now you're not worrying about the bass bouncing behind you. It's coming up front. I enjoy a front ported speaker. Focal Alpha series and now the Alpha Evo series, they're infamous for having front ported speaker. Just Focal period. I think I want to say the shapes have the same features, and so do the bookshelf monitors that they have. I can't remember the name of them right now, but they also they're known for having front ported speakers. So I personally wish that they put some ports in the front. You probably move the woofer cone up just a little bit. Possibly moving the woofer cone up a little bit to make space for those holes. Like Adams also, their T7X series also has those front ported stuff, and even their near-field three-way system have them too. So, that's just a pet peeve of mine, a con for me, because it's something, more so preference than, a true con, but, a con nonetheless. And lastly, the volume pot does not have an indent at 0. And, when you're trying to level match speakers, having that indented 0 at or having a step feature, to show you where you're at, when you get to like a 0 or +3, +6, it goes a long way into helping you to be able to level match your speakers. So I had to do it manually, kind of go back and forth, and I had to level match with not only the speakers side by side each other, but also I had to level match with my Cali audio, so when I switch sources, there wouldn't be a crazy volume jump. So, not having that indentation between, or having that step feature in between each, volume point and, volume pop point, I gotta take some points away from that. Overall, y'all, I have to say, I absolutely love my Avantone Gauss 7s. These monitors have truly changed my mixing and taking it to the next level. So I've mixed about 5 or 6 records. I'm currently working on an album right now, and the consistency I've gotten each time for each mix, this being able for my mixes to translate every single time, whether I went in the car or I went to a friend's spot to check them out, has been on point. I have not had no complaints, as far as having my mix translate everywhere. Like I said, the low end response has been great. The clarity, the stereo imaging, all that has helped me become a better mixer. And I'm hoping as time goes along, I only improve on these. Like I said, Avantone, you guys did an excellent job with these monitors. I truly love them. And I want to just spread the word. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Tell me if you think about buying these. Tell me if you're interested in buying these type of monitors. And just what are your overall thoughts on the Avantone Gauss 7s? What do you like about them? What you don't like about them? And let me know in the comments if you're interested in buying some. Like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions or what I've discovered since I've had them. But like I said, overall, I love these monitors, and I would highly recommend them for anybody who's looking to take that next step up in their mixing. If they're looking for something mid-range focused, you're not trying to break the bank. Shout out to everybody who's been reaching out to me in the comments, all the new followers. I started this YouTube journey about 2 years ago, and like I said, it's a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, I've been trying to figure out, how do I want to transform the channel, and what exactly did I want to do. And I really love all things audio. I love gear. I love listening to mixes. Even I even want to do some listening analysis to albums and albums that come out in review. But I just wanted to figure out what it is that I wanted to do with this channel. And product review is something I've always wanted to do. So I decided to take a crack at it. With doing the unboxing videos. But speaking of which, my next review would definitely be about my Universal Audio 710 Twin Infinity preamp. I absolutely adore that thing, and we'll get into that when we go over that review. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Into the Cap Cave. If you guys like what you hear, if you guys like these product review, I am really looking forward to diversifying the channel a little more, doing some more unboxing videos, doing some more product reviews on things that I use in my current setup and things I think, are cool that are coming out. So, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and you know what? Holla at your boy in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And, tell me what else you guys want to see on the channel. Until next time, we outie. Peace.